What's up, guys? We ended up moving up to 261.26 and filling that gap. I posted earlier on my Twitter/X account, which I said Tesla's currently hitting the 50 SMA. Head and shoulders are now in full effect. There's a chance we break over 260 and fill that fair value gap up around 260-250. But from there, I'd be looking to take profit on short-term calls. Now, the fair value gap is no longer there. It was sitting right around here. We came up, we took that level out, but look, we did get a new fair value gap sitting here. Now, fair value gaps usually fill about 75 to 80% of the time. You can see we still have one down here at 220 and the new one that's set up here at 250. Now, what I think will probably happen is what we've been talking about for the past week, where we will probably see Tesla try to hold above 265 and 270, but I do believe from there what we'll probably see is this rejection around 270 back down to 250 and ultimately 240. This head and shoulders pattern has been playing out for the past couple of weeks, and today we did actually confirm it. It's important to note that not all patterns will reject or play out to absolute perfection. Normally, we will have a push up, which causes this left shoulder, a pull back down to a fixed support level, a push up to higher highs, which pulls back down to that fixed support level, followed by a subsequent equal high of this left shoulder for the right shoulder, which will pull its way back down most of the time to that fixed support level, in our case, $240. And from there, the subsequent move down to $212. There is a chance, however, that we actually push all the way up to 271 because the right shoulder doesn't have to perfectly reject here. It could look like this. All a head and shoulders pattern is showing you is that we don't have a strong conviction to the upside as those prior two bounces, which is why it normally is lackluster and pulls its way back down to support. Now, once this support level of 240 is fully given up, if that occurs, which I hope it doesn't, I'm a long-term shareholder. I have 400 shares down at 202.50, but I do think that there's a pretty high chance that we could see 240 in the coming weeks and months and probably end up filling this fair value gap down to 214 and seeing lows down around 212. Worst case scenario. Now, I hope that doesn't happen. Obviously, as I said, I'm a long-term investor. I would love if that didn't occur, but we'll see how this pans out. The last thing that I want to show you guys before we hop off is the weekly chart, because we currently have a symmetrical triangle pattern, which is playing out. A symmetrical triangle pattern happens where we are moving our way. I can actually just go back and even show you the replay so that you can get a little bit better of an understanding of price action. This will show you a good example of a fair value gap as well. You can see as the weeks go by, we're moving our way up. We're hitting this resistance point. We rejected right off of this order block. So it's a pretty good sign that we're going to come back down and fill that fair value gap, as you're going to see. Fill that fair value gap, consolidated, and now we're waiting for this subsequent move up. Now, normally a symmetrical triangle pattern like this will be a continuation pattern. Now, which way do we think it's going to move? Well, we would need the push and the hold up over 270 in order to move up to 300. From 300 to fill the fair value gap all the way back here at 324. Or do you believe that we're going to pull back down and fill the fair value gap of 149.20? All fair value gaps do not have to fill. There are obviously some that are all the way down here at $18, and I highly doubt that we're going to see that happen. It's not going to occur, but most fair value gaps do end up filling. So at this point, I don't have a actual short-term position. I do currently have my long terms, and I plan to end up going short if we see Tesla up at 272 to 280 within the next couple of days. This is a shorter video, guys, but today was really busy and a really long day. Thank you for all the support. Check out our Discord community below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a full video. Peace.